Hello everyone, it is Wednesday the 15th of April and today I'm going to be discussing music and the family. Now if you were to do a search like in Google for music and the family, probably the prominent things you would find would be music for the family. Very family friendly lyrics and good sing-along stuff for car journeys. But I would rather like to discuss the bands that have come out of families, brothers, sisters. I'm not sure there are many father-daughter bands, but then you do get people like Ravi Shankar, who was the father of Norah Jones and Anushka Shankar, so that's sort of just a good example of talent passing down generations. Same goes for Tim Buckley to Jeff Buckley. I think Jeff's sort of better than Tim, but that's up for your own opinion. Then you have the Marleys, obviously, the whole Marley family, that's just another example of moving down through the generations. Then you get sister bands, like the Pointer Sisters. It's in their name, they like people to know. You get full families, like the Osmonds, brother sisters, the Carpenters, all brothers. Was a brother's cousin in Kings of Leon, probably one of the most recent examples of family bands. Bee Gees, obviously, the Ronettes, the Ramones. We can't have this discussion without mentioning the Jackson 5, or the Jacksons. Obviously you have the brothers in the Beach Boys, and then in AC/DC, Van Halen, Oasis, brothers, obviously. It just seems, I suppose that's a trend, because when you want to start a band, if you come from a musical family, you're going to start working with whoever shares your interest in similar musical tastes. I don't know if that's the case for everyone, but I think that's one of the more logical reasons for why family bands emerge, unless you have stage parents, which is scary. You have brothers in the Kinks, Ray and Dave Davies. There are so many others, and I know I'm really not discussing or teaching you anything unless you weren't aware of those, but there are so many more, and I think it is kind of cool because I'm from such a not musical in the sense that we all play instruments, but it's always just been like constant in my house, and everyone in my family loves music, and it's always been a big sing-along like whenever we get together, so I can really get on board with the idea of music being something you like to share with your family, and if that emerges into your own music, then that's always really great. I'm sorry I kind of brought this to a close quickly today, but I also wanted to mention the Hillsborough disaster. Now, 20 years ago, there was a football match at Hillsborough Stadium in Sheffield, and 96 Liverpool Football Club supporters were crushed and killed, and it was a really tragic event, not down to the hooliganism of the fans or anything, but because of the actions of the people controlling who was going in and out of the stadium. And too many people were let into too small of an area, and it resulted in tragedy. People were crushed, they couldn't breathe, they were trampled, they tried to climb over the fence and fell, they tried to climb into the terraces above them, and yeah. It's a horrible, horrible event, but it's the 20th anniversary of it today. And I just wanted to mention it because I've mentioned before that football is a big thing in my family, much like music. These things touched me because it was just I was obviously not there, but the more I think about it, it's just so easy to associate with. My dad goes to football matches every week, and you can't imagine that one day all these people just went to a football match and expected to come home, but they didn't. And their families would never have expected that either, and it's just such a horrible thing. But I wanted to mention it because the 96 who died are referred to as the 96 brothers, because it's times like these that being a supporter of a football club really does become like being part of a family, and it seems like a really bad link, but Liverpool Football Club have arguably the greatest anthem for any football club in the world. They sing "You'll Never Walk Alone," no matter where they are, whether you hear it in Anfield, whether you hear it wherever the supporters go, they will sing that song, and they will sing it loud. it is an absolutely beautiful thing to hear. It's just, I've said before, I love crowds, and I just think it's a really, really beautiful thing to hear. So just today, think about the 96 people who died, just listening to a Liverpool crowd singing You'll Never Walk Alone. It's a beautiful thing, so I'm going to put a link in the sidebar there. There isn't anything else for me to say today, so I'll leave it there. Joanne, it was great to see you back yesterday. I hope we'll continue to see you. I don't know who has to set the word this week. Somebody just feel free to go ahead and do it. You'll see me next Wednesday.